Hello everyone, welcome to episode 30 of Stash Watch. Yes, hope you're doing alright. I can't believe Wednesday's here again. It comes about so quickly, as we say every week. Now you may notice my voice is absolutely, well, it's not the best today. I've basically got a bit of a cold, so we'll see how I get through it. Hopefully I can speak better than I could this morning, but it's, yeah, my voice is not holding up very well. So we'll see how we get on. Hopefully it won't lose my voice, and hopefully I won't start coughing all the time. But fingers crossed, we'll be okay. Yeah, so what is Stash Watch? Well, basically it's where I go over what I'll be reviewing this week, essentially. So I try to do about 8 reviews a week, maybe 9 if you include the members' reviews as well. So I just going over what I've got this week in line for reviews as well. So there'll be quite a few Christmassy things, some old stuff, some newer stuff as well. So I'm kind of mixing it about, really. Now, I must admit, I'm quite behind on my reviews to an extent because I've kind of scheduled a few reviews to do in the past week or two, and I've just, for one reason or another, this past couple of weeks have been a bit difficult, really. So I've had just trouble keeping up with the reviews I've intended to do, so I'm kind of a bit behind as well. So I might have some others in the pipeline that I'll try and catch up with as well. So fingers crossed my voice, as I say, won't affect it. So, and hopefully this weekend I can do the reviews as well as normal, but we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, really, to say the least, when you've got a cold and you need to speak a lot doing the reviews. So, yeah, but as I say, I'm struggling on with the moment, so it seems to be doing okay. It's mainly in the mornings that I have a problem with, as is always the case with colds. They're always worse in the mornings. And I might sound okay to you, but to myself, I sound a bit, I don't sound completely right. So, anyway, maybe it's just the way it is, but there we go. So, yes, I hope you're doing all right. It's the games night this Friday as well, 7 o'clock. Hopefully that'll go ahead, and hopefully I'll be, as I say, able to speak for that. Fingers crossed. I feel like, perhaps at the worst part of the cold. You know what it's like, so I think it'll probably get better as the day goes on, but so we'll see how it goes, as I say. Yeah, what else was there? I need to do a December update as well, so I've got that coming on. Hopefully I'll try and do that this weekend. I think, as I say, I just have to persevere with it, despite even if my voice does go a bit bad. So you might hear me every now and again. Just perhaps I'll just cancel turn off the audio, just have a bit of a cough or something like that if I need to do it. Sometimes I might be okay sometimes, but other times it might go a bit bad. So there we go. So then before I forget, I'll do the members. By the way, those of you who don't know, you probably do. I might labour the point slightly, but you can become a member of the channel. It's different than being a subscriber, and there's various perks. It is a sort of subscription thing. You can do it just to support the channel, but some of the levels, tiers, do have perks, and one of which is extra special reviews as well. I do a few kind of things I wouldn't normally review, such as ice cream, crisps, cereals, things like this. And the one for this week is this, Mr. Kipling Ice Cream Classics Viennese Whirl. Yeah, so I did review the French Fancy one this last weekend, so that was an exclusive member review. So with crumbled shortcake and raspberry flavour sauce. Yes, I think these are exclusive to Iceland. I think they are anyway. They certainly do look very nice, but but there's one other as well. I think there's a chocolate slices the one. Now, of course, this is ice cream, so I might have to put it back. Well, I will have to put it back in the freezer, in a couple of minutes, just so it doesn't all melt, of course, during Stash Watch. So there's one of those. There we go. So that's why I'm doing it first thing as well. But it does look quite interesting. I've never seen Mr. Kipling do ice cream things before in the past. I don't think ever actually. So it's an interesting one, I must say. They do the French Fancy one does look very similar to this. So it's kind of it's one of those where they could have perhaps done it's something a bit different, really. I mean, they've done the pink flavour French Fancy as well. So, oh, hi, QP, how are you doing? Yes, let's just take words. Yes, I'm good, thank you. Yeah, well, I say I'm good. I've got a bit of a cold. You might hear my voice is a bit hoarse. It's definitely been better anyway. But yeah, so I might have a coughing fit at any time, but we'll try and get through it. How are you doing? Are you doing okay? Hope you're doing all right. Yes, same before, I can't believe it's Wednesday again. It just the weeks are just flying by. So I'm hopefully, just saying before as well, I hope that my voice will last for the reviews this weekend and games night and stuff like that. I think it will be. I think I'm kind of through the worst of it. I think Monday, Tuesday was definitely 2 bad days for my voice. It's a bit better now, so fingers crossed. Yeah, but just thinking really, obviously I'm trying to do reviews and stuff like that, so I've got to get through it for the reviews and things. But so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, honestly, I don't know. Anyway, I've not had a cold for a long time because I've not been mingling much at all. So I've just obviously, this is the first cold I've had in about 2 years, I think. So, but I have had worse colds, I must admit, but it's really affected my voice, and I'm struggling to speak a lot of the time, especially in the mornings when it's worse. But I hope you're doing all right. It's good to see you, by the way. It's good to see you. Yeah. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. I'm good, thanks. Just had tea. Oh, looks like I'll be working from home for the time. But yeah, yes, I've seen the Boris announcement. Yeah, it has. Well, I mean, it looked like it was going to be on the cards, didn't it? I think is the gist of it. So I think it makes sense. I've been working from home for about 2 years now. I've not been in the office, as I think I mentioned to you. Yes, it's one of those. I don't know whether they're going to be shifting everyone back again. I think most people, I think it's one of those, isn't it, where people are kind of used to, well, not used, but have kind of got back into a semblance of normality. And I think taking that away again might be difficult for some. So we'll see how it goes. Oh, Nina Nathan, how are you doing? Yeah, good to see you, by the way. Yeah, good to see you. Hope you're doing all right. Yeah. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, just saying I've got a bit of a cold, so apologies for my voice. But I hope you're doing all right. It's good to see you again, by the way. So yes, I've just mentioned this is the members review for this weekend. Vini's World, Mr. Kipling. So as I say, if you want to become a member, feel free. Yeah, the link will probably be in the description, but you can find it all over the place on the main channel as well. So what I probably will do is I'll probably just go put this back into the freezer so it doesn't melt. You know, it's quite, you know, yeah, it's one of those. I don't want to risk it. Well, I think an hour of Stash Watch will be too long, so I won't be 5 seconds. I'll just go put it back. Apologies if you heard the squeaky door then. I've got quite a few ice creams actually to get through for members actually. Because they're frozen, I can keep them, well, you know, you can keep most things for quite some time, but I keep them longer as well, so I've got a few different ones as well. I need to get through them all really, but they keep releasing new crisps, and I've been doing quite a lot of crisp reviews as well for the members. And so trying to keep my reviews down to about eight a week essentially is the gist of it. I think I tried to do 10 at one point, you know, 5 on Saturday and 5 on Sunday. But what with the members review as well, and what with time being an issue, it's been a bit difficult to sort of keep up with it really. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so what else did I have? I've got some Christmas ones actually, but yeah, which ones? Well, we may as well lead on from those Viennese Worlds. I've got this Christmas set, 6 Winter Worlds. I don't think I've reviewed these before. They do sound familiar. See, very much a wintry product. Well, they're called Winter Worlds to start with. And they look pretty nice, don't they? So these are sort of, this is what the ice cream's based on, but the regular version of these, which I think is jam and cream, basically. Now, they do look very nice, I must say. I'm quite, yeah, they did a chocolate orange. I think they still might do it, really, where it was like, rather than the vanilla biscuit, it was a chocolate biscuit, and it had, I think, chocolate orange cream, I think, in the middle as well. And that was a very nice one. I think I reviewed that quite some time back. So, be interesting getting these done. Now, of course, as you can imagine, and as you're probably aware, and as I might have mentioned, I need to get all the Christmas stuff reviewed before Christmas. Because obviously that's when it's, you know, people are going to want to buy it. So I need to get these done and out of the way, really. So I've got quite a bit of a backlog of Christmas stuff. But basically I'm doing a few of them every week. So hopefully I'll get them all done. I might do a massive Christmas binge the week after next, just to get them hopefully all out before Christmas and this, that and the other. So the schedule should be the same, I think, for mostly for Christmas. I think obviously Christmas is on a Saturday itself. 2 weeks on Saturday, believe it or not. So I don't think there won't be a live review for that day. I'll probably just have a week off, basically, is the gist of it. Maybe there'll be a Stash Watch on the Wednesdays and things like this. I don't think whatever is on the Friday, I don't think will be taking place either. Normally it's like either a look back or you know, a games night or whatever. The Fridays kind of are changing at the moment. They're nothing set in stone. Sometimes it was premieres. It might alternate between them all, basically. But whatever, I think basically, yeah, the Friday and Saturday will probably be a bit a difficult one. It might be similar for New Year's as well, but we'll see. I'm not sure. So just a heads up there before I forget. Yeah, so looking very excited for these ones actually. I don't think they're one of those where I wouldn't say they're sort of, you know, my favourite Mr. Kipling product. And I've certainly got some others for Christmas as well that I need to get done. But you can see it's got a spiced apple jam. That sounds quite interesting, doesn't it? Yeah, it does sound quite nice. So fingers crossed the internet will hold up, by the way. I've not had any, well, you know, touch wood. So it seems to be okay. I think I've sort of worked out what the problem is generally, but sometimes it still likes to, you know, yes, get on my nerves, let's put it that way. So we'll see if the internet will keep up with me today, but fingers crossed. But yeah, 6 Winter Worlds. Excited about those ones. There's quite a few Mr. Kipling products that have come out. And some of them look very nice actually. So I was tempted to do them all today, but I thought I'll space out the cake ones a bit more and perhaps do them in another, you know, next week and things like that. So there's quite a few coming on. I do still have the other ones to review as well, or to publish at least, as you've seen from last week and stuff like that. And some of them I need to still review. So I'm hoping to get them all out. Now I do about 3 reviews a week publish wise. I do, you know, about, you know, hopefully around 8 reviews normally, but I can't publish them all, so I do have quite a lot of backlog really. So I'm hoping to try and, I don't know what to do about that really. Maybe I'm thinking It depends on time. I might try and do a sort of fourth review, perhaps on Wednesday or Sunday or something like that. I don't really know. It's just time, basically. If I could get on top of the reviews, normally I've done like an extra review or whatnot, and had a bit of been ahead of myself really. And I was thinking if I start to get quite far ahead of myself because I'm managing to edit more reviews than I'm publishing in a week, I can start publishing them on days and maybe have multiple videos and stuff like this. But one reason or another, just the past couple of weeks have been pretty busy, so the ones I had caught up with, I've then had to use as a sort of safety net to keep on top of it. So that's why on Monday, I think it was, I was a bit late reviewing one because I was basically back to being reviewing firefighting with my reviews, so to speak. So I kind of was publishing them on the same day. So yeah, as I was actually editing them, and that's why they came a bit late, really. So yeah, so I got a couple of others. Ones I want to review. I had these for quite some time now. I do want to get these done. Yeah, this Toblerone, this dark chocolate Toblerone I'd like to get done as well. Very much a Christmas thing, Toblerone, isn't it? I don't know why. It seems to sort of become a bit more prevalent over Christmas in the UK. So quite an interesting one. So quite, yeah. I don't know, Toblerone, it's a funny one, isn't it? I don't know. I feel like they do these huge blocks of them and they're massive, and you can get like, I think it's a sort of, is it 10, well, I don't know if it's 10 kilograms. You get a massive block of Toblerone, absolutely ridiculous size. And I can't think, it costs about £60, I think it is. Now, as tempting as that is, maybe I'll have to, I'm tempted to get it, but I don't know. They do different sizes. They do like this size, even a smaller one than this, and then a bigger one, and a bigger one again, and then that massive one, I think. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon. Well, thanks for playing Assassin's Creed. I thought you might be a fan, to be honest with you, Nathan. Something gave it away. Which one's your favourite? I basically played the early ones, the first and second one, and I played a bit of Valhalla, I think it was, but I've not played much of them. My friend really liked, I think Origins, one set in Egypt and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. I've not played many of them for a while, really. I need to get into them, I guess, again. But it's just, they're quite big, quite long, and I'm behind now. So yeah, but I hope you're enjoying them anyway. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying them. Good games. October in ages. Yeah, the last one I had QP was the excuse me, was the orange one. I think the orange and ginger one. I actually quite like. They're actually quite nice Toblerones. They're very much. I don't know. Yeah, they're just something about them. I wouldn't say they appeal to me normally. I think it's the fact that they're sort of. Is it almonds in them? I always forget. Sure, it's almonds, isn't it? It's not sort of nougat. Yeah, honey and almond nougat. But it seems to. I don't know. I think it just really works. And I don't know. It's not normally something that would appeal. But as I say, yeah, very nice. I've got the white one as well to do. This one I need to. Yeah, as I say, when I barely sort of get around to actually tasting the white one. Yeah, so I've got those two to do. So I need to get that. I think I've did the normal one a few years back. So the regular one. But I don't know if you remember when he tried to sort of reduce the size of them. Do you remember where basically Toblerones are sort of like little peaks of triangles like on a base, and then it's this sort of segmented triangle sticky up bits basically, for want of a better description. Hopefully you can probably imagine what it looks like looking at the shape. And what they did was they basically took out one of the segments, so that it was just massive. There was just massive gaps. It was absolutely ridiculous. You couldn't believe they would. It was such an audacious, that they had the audacity to try it, to really. I just couldn't believe it, and it was a mockery really of. We always talk about shrinkflation, whatever you call it, but that was just. It was such a ridiculous attempt at it, really. It was so, as I say, brazen, really. It was ridiculous. One thing you might not notice, but you can see the bear in the Mont Blanc. I don't know what mountain it is, but you can see that bear there. Can you see it? Hidden away there. I don't know if it's not very well hidden, I guess, but there's a bear there. I think there's bears basically in Switzerland. I think it's some of in the mountains and presumably the Alps or something. Yeah, I guess it won't be Mont Blanc if it's Switzerland, but whatever mountain it is. But it's clearly a bear. There's no coincidence there. Interesting, yeah. So there you go. Yeah. So quite, as I say, Toblerone, interesting one. I just wish I could review all I do, really. All I've got, just get it out of the way. But yeah, it's time and well, I can only eat so much as well. That's the thing. So I'm limited, really. So I wish I could just control myself as well, just having a nibble on the end. But the problem is, it's very tempting to have more. So that's what keeps me behind reviewing them, basically. So I'm trying to limit myself, as I say, to about 8 things a week now, rather than just. Still a lot, and that's as well as the member review and the live reviews. So, oh yeah, by the way, don't forget there is a vote. I do a poll every week for the live review, what I should review basically. And over time, there was about, I think I could do a maximum of 5. And over the past 3 weeks, it's whittled down one by one because I'm doing some Christmas special chocolate selections basically. And there's only 2 left now. The Mercy, or 2. There's only 2. The Mercy fondant selection and the dark chocolate Thornton's Continental. So yeah, check it out. It was pretty much neck and neck when I'd last checked. So should be a good one. Then I'll probably restock as well. I've got about 4 others to do. I've got some Hotel Chocolat ones. So yeah, should be a good one. Should be a good one. I certainly do, Harry. I certainly do. Good to see you, by the way. Yes, but I certainly do. And it certainly helps with this channel. I think if I didn't, I'd be in trouble. But I do like it. Yes, I do. And who doesn't? Who doesn't? But yeah, hope you're doing all right. Good to see you, Harry. Good to see you. As I say, apologies for my voice, by the way. It's not normally this, I don't know, husky or whatever. I'm not sure how you want to pronounce it, or odd. But I'm just full of a cold at the moment, and it's really affected my my throat. Yeah, but it's one of those. What can we do? All right. So yes, got these Little Robins as well. These came. I don't think I reviewed these, or if I did, it was a while back. So basically, there's regular ones and dime ones as well. So you can see the. Sort of like the Cadbury's range. Done a few Jingly Bells ones. They've got the 3 different Jingly Bells basically. So they've got like I think there's a noisette one and there's a hazelnut cream one, I think it is, and they've also got the white chocolate one. Excuse me. So there's like 3 different ones. Then they kind of have this other range as well. These Little Robins ranges as well that come on at the same time. So an interesting one really. So these are kind of basically just little mini eggs. So they're a bit out of place. I would have said the more of an Easter one, one of those. But yeah, I'm excited for Christmas, Harry. Yes, I am indeed. Should be good. Should be good. How about you? Any plans for it? I'm looking forward to, lots of chocolate, of course, as you can imagine. But I am excited for it. Yeah, it should be nice and nice to have a bit of a break as well. Although, it will be good. Yeah, nice time of year, Christmas. Although, we've had a bit of snow already, but it's just gone completely rainy now as well, as normal. Yeah, so you could argue this. I mean, of course, Robin, in the UK at least, is a sort of Christmassy bird. But I feel like, I don't know. I feel like probably just a repackaged thing they have for Easter, basically. I kind of get that impression, and you can understand why. Although I don't know whether I'm sure they must do these for Easter. But just either Little Robins or repackage them as something else, or Oreo eggs or dime eggs or something like that. I imagine they do. Because it makes sense to do that really, but it is a bit of a shame that they just repackage something. Nonetheless, do look nice. I need to get these reviewed, as I say. I don't think I've reviewed these before. If I did, it was a few years back. So, but I would say there's definitely a lot of air in these. I mean, they don't feel very heavy. You can feel the space in them as well. I mean, it's and there's just air in them. They're really. I feel like the bag of these could be almost a quarter of the size of this. I feel like it's a bit excessive. Let's put it that way. I feel like it's a bit excessive. But nonetheless, they look nice, and it's a Christmas product, so I guess they sort of get away with it by doing that. Got the winter flakes on there. Many snowflakes actually. I think there might be more of them. But it still has that old Cadbury's design, that sort of fabric knitted sweater design or whatever it is on the back. I think I don't know. I guess I thought they were moving away from that slightly, but they seem to keep it going with some of the products anyway. Interesting. Yeah, and I've got the regular ones as well. So as I say, I'm not going to, I kind of, I pushed myself to, I don't know, what was the word? Well, basically, Stash Watch originally was where I was just showing new stuff. And basically the problem with that was I was just showing I can't be buying new stuff all the time every week, basically. So it got to a point where I didn't have any new things to show. So I thought, well, that's not really sustainable. So I thought, well, I'll show what I'm going to review. And basically I sort of had about 10 or more things I was showing what I intended to review, and I just couldn't review that many things a week basically, or not consistently. So I ended up getting a backlog of things from Stash Watch that I hadn't actually reviewed. So I'm trying to keep it down a bit now to about 8 things. I think I've got to be realistic, and I think that's 4 a day basically. Is it 4 a day on Saturday and Sunday? That's when I do my reviews. Oh, hi Andrew, how you doing? Yeah, not too bad. Well, as you might be able to hear, I'm not sure if it's coming across, but I've got a bit of a sore throat. My voice is not the best today, so I'm trying to struggle through it really. But I'm not doing too bad all in all. But how about you? Are you doing okay? It's worse, as always colds, it's when you wake up in the morning. I can't speak at all really, but over the day it gets a bit better. But yeah, not too bad. How you doing? Hope you're doing all right. I've not seen much of you recently. Hope you're doing okay. I guess you're busy with uni or whatnot. Hope you're doing all right. But yes, we've got the regular Little Robins now as well. These are the ones without the dime. centre. As I say, we did have the Dime. One Dime, as those you don't know by the way, it's a chocolate covered sort of chewy almond caramel. Gorgeous bar actually, definitely one of my favourites, really nice. Used to be an insult when I was younger because of an advertising campaign. I don't know if any of you remember that. Used to call someone a dime bar, it was like an insult, and actually that was a very strange insult. And it used to be spelt different as well. When I was younger it used to be spelled like dime as in D-I-M-E, but they changed it to I guess the more, well, in line with I guess Swedish. I think Swedish, is it Swedish? Yeah, Swedish. I think Swedish, isn't it? I guess it is because it's in IKEA all the time. Sort of spelling, I guess, as well. Just they've done that with a few sweets and things over the years, but yeah, so or things anyway. But yes, as I say, got these ones as well. So it's basically the same, but without the dime pieces in there. So you can see the difference. Really. But again, it's got that similar thing where it's probably an Easter product just repackaged for for Christmas essentially. So we can see the difference. I feel like it's an odd one, this one, where it's got this sort of yellow top. I don't know what to make of that really. I don't feel like it's really applicable. I don't know. I guess they've got yellow wrappers on here. Maybe that's what it is. You can see the difference there. Purple on this one. Yeah, and yellow on that one. Yeah, so there we go. So it's one of those, I think. Yeah, interesting one, really. Interesting. What I do quite like, actually, is where the mistletoe is yellow on there. That's interesting. You can see there. Not too bad. And then they're red there, of course, as well. There we go. Yeah. Interesting. So there we are. Not too bad. So as I say, try to do these as soon as I can, really, to get them all out. Now, I don't know. I always struggle with Stash Watch because I always want to do a bit more, really. I always want to do a bit more than I should do, really, on Stash Watch. And the problem is I can't really do that because otherwise I get too much of a backlog. So I'm trying to sort of not do that much today, really, is the gist of it. Yeah, not too sure, Harry, what your question is there, by the way. It's thank you for asking, though, but I don't know if that's what you mean by that question, but yeah, you might have to rephrase that one, I think. Honestly. Hear me. Okay. I've got a backlog of a load of Kit Kats essentially to do. I've got so many of them now. It's a ridiculous amount of Kit Kats actually. You'd think, in the UK generally you just have one Kit Kat is the gist of it. And it's just a regular one really for the most part. And then you have all these sort of like little variations on them. But generally there's just the main one really. But there's been loads of different, as I say, if you get sort of imported in the import shops and things, there's so many different Kit Kats. It's just unbelievable. There's in Australia they have loads of different Kit Kats. I think in the UAE, Middle East, they have loads of different Kit Kats as well. And there's just been so many. If you get sort of B&M have quite a few different ones recently as well. I don't know why they're not available in the UK really. I mean we do have some, but they're all kind of a standard. Not really. I guess we had a couple of limited edition Kit Kat Chunkies and things, but not too many. But there's one of them here. This Kit Kat Chunky cinnamon or Cinnabon. So I guess that's. I assume it's some kind of bakery somewhere. It's quite an interesting one, doesn't it? So it looks like it's just got a cream, a sort of cinnamon flavoured cream flavour, I guess, above it. Yeah. Looks quite interesting, but I don't know. I feel like cinnamon can just be a sort of, I don't know, a typical. I mean, I don't think it's a wintry product, this one, but definitely something that sort of seems to hang around Christmas time. So it's one of those, I think. So I feel like this is kind of it might just be a very typical wintry product, really. So there we go. Yeah. So I'm kind of interested in getting these Kit Kats reviewed and tasted, really, because I do want to see what they're like. But I feel like this one might just be quite a typical one, but I do want to see it. It does look a good one. Yeah. Yeah. So one of them. So we'll see. They've got, as I say, what was the other things I've got? I did get the mint ice cream Kit Kats, a massive Kit Kat bar as well from B&M this week, and I'm hoping to get that one reviewed as well soon as well. There's a few sort of special Kit Kat ones as well. They definitely changed the Kit Kat recipe. I know they did a couple of years back, QP. Yeah, maybe 3 years ago. They changed the chocolate, I think, to have less or more cocoa in or something like that, or less or more sugar. I can't remember. I did a side-by-side comparison. And I do remember, yeah, and I do remember it not being quite as nice. Yeah, I do remember the chocolate being a bit. I mean, what's the difference that you found? That's the difference I found. It was the chocolate, really. And it just wasn't as good. I mean, I feel I've got used to it. I guess I'm not sure. I think because Kit Kat has quite a lot of flavors as well. Sometimes the fact that it's got that flavor doesn't mean that you can kind of look past the chocolate tasting a bit weird sometimes. If that's what changed, I'd say in my view it seemed to. Yeah. So it's one of those really. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, what do you find is different? I mean, yeah, I feel for me like they just, as I say, that was the main difference for me. I don't know if they did it in Kit Kat Chunkies though or not. I'm not too sure, but I know they did it in the regular four-fingered version. Yeah, tastes more stale, you say? All right, I see. Yeah, I'm trying to think of it. Yeah. Do you mean as in this sort of wafer's a bit more? Yeah, okay, I see. The wafer saves it, right? Okay, yeah. So it's the chocolate that you'd not. Yeah, I mean the wafer definitely. It's all about the wafer, isn't it? It's definitely all about the wafer. It's one of those. I think for me, it's kind of. I think you're right, really. To be honest with you, I think that's kind of. I like that sort of mix of crunch. And luckily, the chocolate is quite a small part of it. I do find the Kit Kat Chunkies, especially the peanut butter one, the peanut butter really sort of adds again to it, and I feel like it kind of works in a strange way. But yeah, definitely. I definitely feel like without the wafer. Well, the wafer is just what it is, isn't it? I think basically, and I do like them a lot actually, Kit Kats. But I was disappointed when they did do a comparison between the two, and it just wasn't as good. It's a real shame actually that really. But Kit Kat Chunkies are still definitely up there. For some reason, I still really like those. The chocolate tick off to you, yeah. Just more cocoa is it's bitter. I found it tasted. What did it taste to me? It tasted a bit like. I'm not sure what it tasted like to me. It tasted a bit sort of. I don't know. To me, it just tasted. It just tasted weird to me. Yeah, I do, maybe off is the right word. Yeah, just not right. Yeah, it just tasted not. It just tasted not right, and yeah, I don't know. I know what you mean by that, and it was a bit disappointing. It was a bit disappointing. I think the gist of it is that yeah. I think if the Kit Kats were more about the chocolate, like you alluded to before, I think it would have been a bit of a problem, really. But yeah, I feel like it's sort of because because it's basically got so much wafer in it, it managed to just about still be okay. But yeah, actually, it's still sweet. Okay. You don't know, it's still sweet and confused. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's something. It's just not right, isn't it? Basically, they've changed it some way, and it's just not right. And I think that's the problem with it, really. But yeah, I think the Kit Kat Chunky ones for me still seem to work somehow, just about. But I say I don't know really. I don't know if they changed the Kit Kat Chunkies or not. I'm not too sure. But yeah, it has been a bit of a funny one, I must say. I know what you mean by that. I do know what you mean. Yeah. I think luckily when I have the smaller Kit Kats nowadays, I tend to have the flavoured ones. Yeah, I feel like maybe less milk could be. Yeah, what was it? There was some. It actually said on one of the wrappers, and I can't quite remember what it is now. See if I can find. I'll just have a look. See if I can find it on my channel. I did compare them. It just won't be a second. Let's have a see. I'm just still here. Just well, of course I'm still. You can see me, but let's see. Kit Kat. Let's have a look. Hopefully I can. Problem is with Kit Kat, sometimes I've spelled it with a space and sometimes I've not. I did do a versus battle, as I say. Let's see if I can find it. It was about 3 years ago now. Let's have a look. Yeah, well, extra milk it says here. Excuse me. Extra milk and cocoa it was. So that's what they released a few years back. So I think it's actually. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I assume by the fact it's called extra milk and cocoa, I assume they added more cocoa and milk, but they didn't. I felt like the milk, from memory, it made it taste a bit weird. As I say, that's the impression. It wasn't the cocoa that was the problem for me. Harry reckons it was less milk. I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know. Unless they've changed it again since then on the quiet. But this one, they actually made like a big thing of it, and it actually said extra milk and cocoa. I think it was. Yeah, so that's what they did a few. This review, when was this? Did it say? Trying to think when it was now. See if I can find it again. Yeah, this was 2017 basically. So yeah, 4.5 years ago this was. Well, about just over 4 years ago. So quite some time ago. So there is a chance that it's changed since then. But yeah, so there we go. That's how it. Yeah. So it was a bit. It was a bit of a time ago, so it could have changed since then, of course. But yeah, hopefully. But that's what happened at the time anyway, and I found that wasn't. It did change for the worse. I felt, and when I compared them side by side. Yes, I did manage to get these Lion Caramel Blondes as well. Yeah, so look at that. I mean, look at that there. That line looks like I don't know, somewhat like Bon Jovi from the 80s or something. Or yeah, I don't know. Quite an interesting look there. So what is it? It's just, I guess it's just sort of like I guess it's caramel white chocolate maybe. What does it say? Let's have a look, see if I can find it. Yeah, I think it is caramel white chocolate. I can't see the English translation on it, but I can see au caramel and stuff like that, so could be. There's a big like sticker over the top of it, so it's hard to see. But it does look quite funny. Maybe it has it on the front. Ready for double caramel, it says. Yeah. It does look quite interesting, this one. As I say, I've got the coconut ones to review as well. I think I need to do the regular Lion bar. I've not done that for a long time in the past. Looks like it's a Polish bar. So I've got these in B&M, by the way. You can see all the various Nestle websites there, the various countries. Netherlands, Belgium, Germany, possibly Austria, I'm not sure. I don't think it will be Austria actually, I don't know what AT could be. Interesting one, yeah. Looks a nice one, this one. I'm quite excited for these. As I say, I need to get the caramel ones done as well. Yeah, so not caramel, coconut ones. I'd like to revisit the old ones. Well, I found that they're basically, as I always say this when I talk about Lion bars, basically a finger of drifter really is the gist of it. Covered in like basically a sort of caramel and Rice Krispie topper, basically a chocolate and Rice Krispie topper mixed together. That's how I found them really. So if you don't like, if drifters have seemed to have disappeared of late, so if you do fancy drifters, and I think you actually can't find them anymore because I think they've stopped making them, a Lion bar is a good alternative really. No, excuse me there. Right, so I've not got many more to do, and I probably will keep it relatively short because, as I say, my voice probably won't hold out too much longer. Yes, it's one of those. Might have a bit of a cough. Yeah, I'm not surviving very well. Won't be a second. Okay, I think I'm back. Just had a bit of a cough. There we go. So if I do one or two more, I think just maybe, and then I might have to pack it up because my voice and my cough I don't think will last much longer. So yeah. But one I did get that I wanted to show was this. I found this actually randomly, Milky Way Magic Stars here with popping candy. I found it like this sort of like the free from section of the supermarket, and I've not seen it before at all. I thought this looked really sort of interesting, so I'd like to get this one done. Magic Stars bar. So yeah, so I know QB's a fan of these, so we're a fan of Magic Stars. I don't really know how related to Magic Stars it is though. I mean, it's just like a flat bar basically, but it does say Magic Stars on it, of course. So where it's got the fluffy bits in it, not too sure really. But there we go. But yeah, not too well today, Harry. Not too well. Yeah, I've got a bit of a bad cold. Basically, is the gist of it. I'm just about surviving, but talking for a period of time is difficult. Yeah. So one of those. But yes, I do have a bit of a cold. Yeah. You know, I heard great things about it. Well, I am dubious about it, QP, has to be said. I am a bit dubious about it. But, you know, especially like the lack of fanfare and things like this, you know, it's, I don't know. I'd like to try it, though. I think it's something a bit different. But, yeah, it's strange how it's just on its own in the middle of nowhere in the supermarket. It wasn't in the regular stuff. It's like in the free from range, so I don't really quite, don't quite get it, really. Yeah, an odd one. The Milky Way, Nathan, yeah. Yeah, I need to review proper Milky Way. In the US, Milky Way is basically a Mars bar, which is very bizarre. Yeah, I don't quite know how it's very bizarre, that really. So it's actually, imagine a Mars bar, but yeah, just not quite as good. I think the US chocolate's not quite. I don't know, the ingredients. It tastes almost of nothing actually. It's a very bland bar really, but the ingredients are the same. So one of those, yeah. But there we go. So quite interested in these ones. Quite interested. It certainly is. Christmas is nearly here. 2 weeks on Saturday. I can't believe it, really. Can't believe it. Hopefully my cold will be gone then, and then I can, act a bit normal. So there we go. So there we are. So this one, hopefully I'll get done this week. Fingers crossed. As I say, I'm not too optimistic about it, like QP said. But we'll see. I'm quite interested in this one to get it done anyway, because I feel like it's sort of something a bit different, Yeah, so I'd like to get it done, see what happens as well. Alright guys, well it's probably, I think, I probably will, normally I might try and do another couple, but I think for two reasons it's probably a good idea not to. A, because I probably won't be able to review that much, and B, because I can barely I can barely keep talking for much longer, I think. I've managed to do quite well. I only had one semi-coughing fit, which isn't too bad. I thought it might be worse actually, but you know what, I wanted to go ahead with it anyway, because the thing is, if I didn't do it, I think, I could have done it, so there we go. So fingers crossed for Friday, the games night. Hopefully I'll be okay. We'll see how it goes. One of those, but yeah, as I say, so if you're interested in doing it, please join Discord, one of them. And then, basically you could take part in the audience, of course, as well anyway, but if you're in Discord, you can actually participate directly as well. So I think Nightbot might have mentioned it a couple of times in the thing as well, so yeah. So, all right, well, yeah, so it's a bit of a short one this week. As I say, I think I'd be silly to try and pad it out too much when I've not when I've got this cold. I think any more speaking, I might just lose my voice entirely and then have a bit of a coughing fit. So I've done okay. I'm pleased I've survived this long. So yeah. Yeah, good to talk to you all anyway. Good to see you, QP. Yes, good to see you, Harry. Yeah, good to see Nathan as well. Andrew, of course, if you're still about, good to see you as well. So I hope you all have a good week. Hopefully I'll see you in Discord. Let's see. I'll do another review tomorrow, I'm sure. And Friday will be the games night, and then I'll have the live one, as I say, on Saturday as well. So check out the poll. I'll say it's a head-to-head one this time, so it's pretty intense really. So I'll say the Mercy chocolate selection, and the Thornton's dark chocolate continental as well. So both look very interesting actually. I'm quite interested in both of them. I'm surprised that both of them haven't really won any of the previous polls really, but I don't know if it just means they're up against strong competition or what. But I quite like the look of these two, so yeah, so we'll see. All right, guys. Well, have a good evening then. Thanks for coming. Sorry, it's a bit of a shorter one, but as I say, I don't think I could survive much longer. Oh dear. Well, take care, guys. Have a lovely evening, and thanks again for watching. Sorry about the cough before, but one of those. If it's not the internet, it's me coughing. I think that's the gist of it. All right, take care, guys. Have a good day. See you soon. Bye for now. See ya. Bye.